Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run.
Awesome.
Everything you
Good
need
boy.
is here under the sun. Everything you need is here under the sun.
The Sporting Dog Adventures podcast is proudly brought to you by Soggy Acres Retrievers. Whether you're looking for a black, yellow, or chocolate Labrador Retriever puppy, please check out our website for more information at www.soggyacres.com. You can also email Jeff at sportingdogtv@gmail.com or call 262-215-9683. And remember, everyone deserves a Soggy dog. It's Jeff Fuller from the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast, and I need a little help. Please stop what you're doing and give us a 5-star rating. Follow us on the platform you're on. Give us a thumbs up. And above all, share our podcast with your friends and family. Our podcast will grow even more, and we can get more people involved in the sport we love with dogs in the field. Hey, welcome to the Hunting Guy podcast, as well as the Sporting Dog Adventures podcast. We're here at Boucher Automotive in Janesville, Wisconsin with good friend Don. And Don has a buck contest that our friends from Nature's Taxidermy want to explain to us. So guys, how do we get into the big buck contest here in Janesville, Wisconsin?
Well, we've been running it for years. If you don't know about it in our area, basically any deer qualifies. And we give out gifts and prizes. We draw for a lot of gift certificates. We give out gift certificates to Nature's Touch Taxidermy. Boucher has some coupons that we use for service and sales that you get. And at Hunting Gear here in Janesville, which is a sporting shop, they give out a $10 gift card also. So just bring any deer in. It doesn't have to be a big buck, but the biggest buck in each category does win a prize.
Now, do you have one person that's going to score this? Obviously, do we have our taxidermy people scoring this so that we have consistency?
We do the scoring, yeah. Because
I wouldn't trust someone like Dale, your salesperson, because he would probably try to win it with his own deer, and he would short you a few inches here and there.
He possibly could, but what they do is they do a gross score. Don Rich and Katie Rich here has... and it's gross score, like I said. They don't take any deductions. But we have, obviously, the biggest buck, gun, and bow. We have the biggest 8-pointer.
Yep, we're not doing 8-point this year. Just that was a few years ago. We tried it, and people were starting to get upset. Well, it was technically a 9-point, and one just scored the 8-point frame. But so it's the youth and the biggest gun and the biggest archery kill.
Yeah, in the youth category will blow your mind. The deer of some of these kids out there, I hate to say kids, but youth shoot out there. It's amazing. Was a young girl shot a huge one, right?
Oh, yeah. We had 180-inch.
180-inch deer last year. So think of that. I've been hunting for 40 years, and I think the biggest deer I got is, this year, 142. So, Katie, why don't you go through some of the prizes that we give out for the big buck contest?
Yeah, definitely. So we have our youth category, and that is a $500 Hunting Gear gift card that's donated by the UAW. And then our bow gets a free shoulder mount by us here at Nature's Touch Taxidermy, and also a free bow. I'm not sure if it's a crossbow or a regular compound bow yet, but it's donated by Hunting Gear. And then the gun category is a shoulder mount by us at Nature's Touch Taxidermy, and binoculars is donated as well. In the grand prize, the best prize that we have is any size deer, like we talked about.
Random drawing.
It's a random drawing, so it could be a nubbin. It could be, I think we were even...
A doe.
A doe, yeah. We're even accepting does this year. And as long as you get in the drawing, which is just a random one, that is a pig hunt at Superior Wildlife Adventures up in the UP. My dad takes a big group every year, and it includes one hunter, and then normally you can take one other person, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So just 2 people go up, one hunter, and then like a dad or a spouse can go up as well. And then you go up for a weekend hunting. It's really fun, and it's one pig at the wildlife adventures up in the UP.
And meals and lodging.
Meals and lodging is included. So
when we look at cost, what does a shoulder mount on a deer cost now for where people are looking at this for value to kind of motivate them to bring their animal in?
Prices vary, depends on the quality too. Right now we are $695. Material increases every year, but I'd say the average right now is your $550 to $800 or so on a shoulder mount. The best thing if you're going to look for a shoulder mount is pick out a taxidermist, look at their work. That's the main thing.
And you guys also take in, obviously, taxidermy. So if people want to do their horns, they bring them in. They can get your info. If they don't have a taxidermist, they absolutely would have a good contact.
Yep. And we do skulls as well. We do skulls, antler mounts. We do the shoulder mounts for everyone. We do all of your deer needs. We do tan deer hides as well. Some people want to do that. So we have you pretty much covered with all of your taxidermy needs.
Well, you can taxidermy anything, like even a mouse, right?
Yep. We've done.
I've seen some of the mice.
We've done some.
Is that like where you like set up between where they're feeding and where their bedding area is, and you get them on the trap, and then you're like, I've shot a trophy mouse, or I got a trophy mouse, and you do like a spiel on it and about how good it was. I mean, I did that like when we had the pandemic. I did a trophy toilet paper hunt, and I actually put it on my Facebook page about how I set my schedule and I knew when the drop off was and how important it was to go out and get toilet paper. So it was a good hunt.
Yeah.
We joke around. We do mice to elephants. We do it all.
It's amazing, like some of the work you do. Even a gentleman from, was it China or something?
Yep.
But he goes to Africa hunting, and they do these huge animals, and it blows my mind. It's amazing.
I just want to get a deer that's bigger than 8 point this year. That's my goal.
Me too.
We all do. But that's
maybe I'll actually get one so I can at least get in the drawing, because I doubt I'll be able to get a 180, 190. I don't think I'm that lucky.
You just got to get a doe. Just
get a doe.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
It's always a good time.
You should go to the pig hunt.
So if someone gets a deer, how do they go about bringing it in? And I guess what is all entailed? So let's say I get a deer tomorrow. What do I have to do?
You just come on in. And you fill out this, you come up to the front desk at any Boucher store here in Janesville, and it basically just your name, address. We just need to know how many points, day to kill, location, if it was gun, bow, or youth. Just fill out this little card. You'll get the packet with all the gift certificates and everything from Hunting Gear, Nature's Touch, and Boucher. And that's it.
What if I need it scored? I mean, is it basically where they're going to look at it and be like, yeah, okay, nice deer, it's a 140. There's no reason to actually score it, or do we score all of them?
If we really want it scored, but primarily 170 inches where I want to start scoring them for the contest and organize them.
You can, when people come in, I'll say, hey, you should probably get that scored. Send them to Don or Katie and get it scored. But I've had people come in with a 120 deer and think they won the whole contest, and I said, come look at our board here, because we take a picture of the deer, obviously, and they come over and look, and he goes, geez, I wonder why I even brought my deer. And
so then if
want them to bring their deer.
So then if they get a nice deer and it has to be scored, they go to your taxidermy place. Where is that located?
That's in Milton. It's on 1108 Gateway Drive in Milton, probably from here 8 minutes.
Okay, so up to Milton, Wisconsin. Yep. I don't think I'm going to win, but I'm going to try to get in the drawing this year. That's my goal. Oh, yeah. But it's definitely a neat thing. And what's the cost to get into this?
It's free.
It's free. Free.
Zero
cost, and you get a bunch of added value. Well, I guess it can't be added value because you're not paying anything, so you get a bunch of free stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, and we want, like I say, and we've had people in the past bring in 3-4 deer a year, every time
so you can enter multiple drawing.
Yep. Yes, you can. Yep.
Okay, so we just take out the whole family and bring them all in.
Yeah, please do. Yeah. That's what it's for. It's to get the area excited about hunting, and that's what it's for.
Yep, and that pig hunt, everyone wants to win a pig hunt. A lot of people don't want to dig in their pocket and pay for it, and if they win it, that's just icing on the cake.
Because the pig hunt value is $850, so it's definitely worth
stopping.
Yep, worth stopping. There's just the pig hunt value in itself, let alone the shoulder mount value. So.
Okay, so I can win if I got over a 170, possibly, and win the stuff you talked about. If I just enter, I'm entered for a pig hunt, and I get all of the free stuff that comes along with being in the contest.
Yep.
Yes.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
And we've had people bring in deer from Illinois and stuff like that, right?
Really? You let out-of-staters join your contest even?
If they want to.
Listening areas, we do a lot of the radio stuff.
We're so close to the border here, so we let the Rockford people.
As long as they're Packer fans and not Bear fans, then they can join.
Try not to discriminate.
There's always a Bear fan here and there. But we've had people come in, obviously customers of ours that live a ways away, and certainly enter the contest. So please do. It's allowed. We just ask that if you're on like a game farm and you shoot a huge whitetail or whatever, don't bring that in. That's all we ask.
What if I shot What if I shot an elk and I'm going to say it's a deer?
You can.
Yeah, it identifies as a deer. I mean, I think then I'm getting into that 170 to 190 range right there.
Yeah.
Wasn't a giant elk, but hey, I think he's pretty close.
Yeah. If
All
I
right.
can actually say it, we'll see.
The Big Buck Contest. We're here at the Janesville Ford Boucher dealership. Any Boucher dealership in Janesville, correct?
Correct. Yep.
So if you have a deer, any deer, come in, get in the drawing. If you've got a big deer, bring it in. You can get it scored, and you might be able to win some great prizes.
And if you hear this after you shoot your deer, you can obviously send your photo of you and the deer, and just give us, like I say, the information: his name, address, city, phone, points, date of kill, location, gun, bow, or youth. But you can send it to bigbuck@boucher.com, and we'll get you entered that way too.
And for location, we don't need your stand lat and longitude. We just need the county of kill.
They aren't trying to sneak your spot.
We're not trying to get your spot or anything.
Yeah, just county of kill.
Just county of kill.
Yeah.
Some people are like, I don't want to give my location.
Sure.
Yeah. We've had people say that too. Oh, I shot over in Whitewater, and they actually shot it over in Milton. So
it's okay.
So we've got a lot more coming up on today's show. Stay tuned. We're going to talk to Don about getting yourself set up with a great truck for your hunt this fall and for the outdoors in general, as well as we're going to be back with Nature's Touch Taxidermy to talk about the care needed for your animal to get the taxidermy done once you're in the field and then after the hunt. All that and more coming up after this. Now I got to edit stuff. Damn it, Don.
Welcome to Boucher in Janesville, where customer service is our #1 priority.
Our customers come back to us because of the experience that we provide for them.
We're here to make sure that we find you the right car, one that fits your budget, and do so in a timely manner.
When we say we ride with you every mile, it means we care about you and how you are treated.
Estamos con personal que habla español en los departamentos de servicio y venta.
Our certified technicians are here to help you with all your service needs.
Visit us today at Boucher.com.
At Boucher, we ride with you every mile.
If you love the shooting sports like I do, you need to check out our friends at Mech Outdoors. They have fantastic products, whether you're looking at shot shell or metallic reloading, or you want to get yourself a clay thrower so you can practice up for the season. For more information, check out their website at mechoutdoors.com. Hey, welcome back to the show. We're here with Don from Boucher Automotive in Janesville, Wisconsin. Now, Don, the pandemic created a whole lot of issues with getting trucks. One, used prices are way up, which means trade-ins are up.
Right.
But inventory was down, and then you have dealers that were adding overages on their vehicles. What is Boucher doing to help people out, not only here, but you have people that are coming from all over to get trucks from you?
Yeah, everybody had to charge over when we only had a few trucks on the lot. But now the inventory is coming in every day. So we have right now 42 F-150s available for sale. None of them are over list price. We certainly want to move them. The market has changed on the used also, bringing those prices up. So your trade difference is less. So if you want to trade in a 2, 3, 4-year-old F-150 on a new one, it would cost you less to trade on that now than it ever has.
I know I did a Ram, because you have a Ram dealership as well, and that's the kind of truck I have. And I sent Don a text, and I'm like, hey, what would I get from for the trade for my truck? And I fell out of my chair when Don sent me the amount. So I ended up getting basically a new truck for, I think it was like $9,000.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what you can trade for. But bring your vehicle in, let us appraise it. Obviously I don't want to make any promises, but we'll give you a number difference within 15, 20 minutes just to, obviously we want to save you time, we want to save you money, and we want to earn you as a customer. So please come out. We have trucks range anywhere from 40,000 all the way up to 80,000. So any trim level you're looking for, engine, the Power Boost, the Eco Boost, the 5-liter. On the Ram side, we have the Bighorns, we got the Hemis, crew cabs, club cabs, long boxes, tool boxes. We got a lot of inventory right now, and it's perfect timing because we're going into the fall now. With hunting, harvesting, all the things that we have going on, and anything you want to add to your vehicle, we can help you with that. Tonneau covers, spray and liners. If you want to do a leveling kit or a lift kit or tires.
I got my cap painted. I mean, I guess maybe I'm cheap, but I bought the same truck, just a newer model, and I'm like, I said to Don, I'm like, do I have to get a different cap? And he's like, no, we can paint that. And it was real simple. Sent it over there, got the cap painted, slapped it on, and boom, I had a brand new cap, in my opinion.
Yep, they'll take it off and put it on for you and paint it, and it'll save you thousands of dollars. Toppers are more expensive now than they've ever been, so we can transfer your cap to the new truck and save you some big money.
Now, when we're looking at the Ford F-150, what are the advantages and what models do you have for the outdoorsman?
Well, I mean, a great package is an STX. It's like an XLT, but you don't have the power seats and things like that. They take a few options off, and it can save you, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 from an XLT. But it's an STX, and then it goes to the XLT. Then you got your Lariats, your King Ranches, your Limiteds, your Platinums. Different engines. Obviously, the Eco Boost and the Power Boost are the most popular, but the 5-liter is bulletproof. It's a great engine. Same with the Hemi. It's been around a long time for the Rams. We got trucks to sell, and if you got a nice trade-in, we're not afraid to put some money in them.
Now, where would someone go if they want to look at your inventory? You have that online for all your Janesville dealerships. Yep. Where would they go to start?
We got FrankBoucherChrysler.net, and we got JanesvilleFord.com, and those are 2 websites. All of our vehicles are on there. If you want to contact us, we can certainly do a video or send you some pictures or communicate. I don't know how close or far away you may be, but the internet is worldwide, so you can certainly look there, get started. If you have any questions, call the dealership or send an email, and we'll get back to you promptly.
And if someone has like a certain model or color, you can also go and look for that for them too and get the car delivered to here or the truck delivered to here, correct?
Well, at Boucher, we own 5 Ford stores, so we have a huge amount of inventory. I'm just talking here in Janesville, we have 42 F-150s, but in the whole group, I bet we have 250, 300 that we can choose from. We certainly are good trading partners with our Ford dealerships. We've been in business forever, since 1976, so we've got a lot of trading partners that like to work with us, and we certainly help them too.
Please check out our friends at Boucher Automotive. I think I'm at 8 or 9 vehicles now here, and they take care of you. It is not the experience that you get where the salesperson is talking to you and then has to go talk to their boss and they waste 3 hours of your time to get down to a price. They're fair, they're courteous, they're professional. I also use them for my maintenance. And it is something that is, I guess it's a little bit of a, relaxes you when you go in because you're dealing with professionals. So check them out online, give them a call. It's hunting season. Let's get a new truck. Thank you again for listening to this part of the show. Next are our tips on taxidermy coming up after this.
Thank you.
Dog kennels can be beautiful. That's the basis on which we built Hunden. We give you the opportunity to have a beautiful kennel that blends seamlessly with your home decor while providing a safe and comfortable respite for your dog. Visit Hunden.com to see all our custom selections and start building your dream custom doggy credenza.
The Sporting Dog Adventures podcast is proudly sponsored by Trupanion, medical insurance for the life of your pet. We all know that unexpected accidents can happen, That's why I partner with Trepanion's Breeder Support Program to send all my puppy buyers home from Soggy Acres with an offer for Trepanion coverage. Learn more about Trepanion and sign up for their Breeder Support Program by visiting trepanion.com/breeder. Be sure to tell them that Sporting Dog Adventure sent you. Hey, welcome to the last part of our show. So we wanted to bring Nature's Touch Taxidermy back and talk about something that is important, guys. I always struggle with when people ask, what do I do if I get a nice buck? And how far or where do I cut the hide? And I'm always like, you know what? I'm going to take it to the taxidermist, or at least call, or take it to someone that's going to cut the meat up for me that knows. Mm-hmm. What would your suggestion be?
If it's fresh, if they're scared about keeping it themselves, bring it in right away and we can take the skin off. But pointers, don't drag it on the ground right away. If you can get it in the back of a truck, or use a sled. Sled are great, protect the hair. We see a lot of deer that are drugged with four-wheelers and bald on one side. We're just trying to make the skin look a lot better, without being rubbed up. And another people do a bad thing is cut the brisket all the way up too far.
Sure, yeah, I've seen people that cut the windpipe on deer, and they instead of reaching up, they do the lazy and they cut them across.
That's old school. What Grandpa said, you got to cut the throat, bleed them out. Well, they're already dead. They're not going to bleed out.
Yeah.
We see that a lot of repairs like that.
I had one once. We just got taxidermy a few years ago, and the hair's actually falling out of it. And they said basically it was probably because the place we took him had a lot of deer. And the deer probably sat outside for a little bit, so it started to degrade. So we've got some hide issues that way too.
That, or it could be a dermestide beetle. Sometimes we'll get underneath the skin. It's kind of like a carpenter hates termites and taxidermist hates the dermestide beetles. They can eat the hair follicles on the bottom.
So what do we do to guard against that? Obviously, don't have them. If you're going to take them somewhere, try to get the cape right away.
Get them cleaned up right away. Preventative at the house too is a bug bomb once every 6 months or a year. Just get a bug bomb. If you have a big trophy room, one deer they usually don't bother, but if you have a multiple group, you might have one.
Really? So you're saying this? So this was one that we got back, and it happened right away, and they warned us about it because it was probably degraded. But this is something that people have happened in their houses.
Yeah, it has happened.
Really?
Especially if people they find a dead head and they just set it in the room, and it's still got the beetle casings or little nymphs and stuff in there. They will transfer and go to the mount sometimes,
or they do turkey tails themselves and don't get it completely cleaned, and they get meat in them still, and they don't realize it. The bugs will find the meat, and then when they clean that meat off, then they'll move to the mounts and then eat that hair follicle, and the hair will fall out.
So we're talking about, obviously, what to do with preparing your mounts, but that brought me to a question that I personally have. That's, with my mounts I have in my house, then, do you dust them? Do you polish their horns? What do you do so that you don't end up with that shriveled old mount that you see in like bars, which I get, that's the smoke, but how do we get it so that you don't have the deer that's like, looking like it's about to get hit by a freight train because its eyes are this big and the body is shrunk?
Yep. The best thing is a Swiffer duster is my favorite, like what I clean all my mounts with at my house. If they get really dusty, every few years I take them all out and I just use an air compressor and I just blow all that dust that's really in the fur out. Other than that, taxidermy has come so far in the last even 10 to 20 years when it comes to preserving capes. So the ones you see in the bars that are all shriveled up, you're not going to get that.
They don't have forms even like you have now.
Exactly. So they're going to still stay that size. But for cleaning purposes, I personally don't like the polished antler look. So I just use a Swiffer duster, get the cobwebs off, dust that fur off. But then every couple of years, definitely take them out in the garage, air compressor, all the deep down.
So you don't really touch the fur at all. You more just like use something that is that's not touching it.
We have used like an Armor All. You can spray Armor All lightly on a rag and wipe it down. That helps repel dust and give it a sheen back sometimes.
Yeah, you can sheen the hair back. It's called Cowboy Magic.
Cowboy Magic. We can get it at Farmer Fleet, but it's like
Armor All. So what am I missing? What would be, I guess, one tip I haven't asked that you would give the hunter that shoots the animal of their lifetime and wants to get it taken care of and get taxidermy done, other than bring it to you?
Yep. So the big thing to do is to just keep it dry. The one thing we run into a lot, especially if it's a titch warmer in gun season when there's not a lot of people who do a lot of hunting and a lot of research, a lot of the gun hunting people that just go out during the 9-day gun hunt, they pack it with ice. that just makes a soupy mess.
Mm-hmm.
The ice eventually melts, and you're hanging it upside down. Then the ice has nowhere to go, or the water has nowhere to go, and it just makes the head balloon up. And then the water helps the bacteria grow, and it actually creates a complete adverse effect. And it kind of looks like a Freddy Krueger face. Like,
sure.
That's kind of how we explain it, and it just makes everything soupy. It's hard. The meat looks disgusting. I wouldn't want to eat a deer that looks like that after you take the first couple layers off. So no ice. What you can do is you just can, if you're worried about the heat, keep it in the shade. Open it up as much as you can. There's that flap of skin that comes from the back skin. You can cut that kind of off too, and keep air circulating around it. That's your best type of thing. Don't let it lay down on the ground. Just keep it hanging so there's air circulating always around it. Ice is not your friend type of thing in that situation. That a couple people will argue about it, but when you start skinning it out and you see just water seeping out of it, you'll quickly change your mind. Yep. So that's the biggest no-no.
So that's the biggest no-no. Ice is bad.
Ice is bad in this situation. Ice can be good in other situations, but ice is bad when you've
get the skin off.
Yeah, get the skin off as fast as you can too. So
if you guys can, if someone wanted to contact you, look at some of your work, where would they go? Do you have a website, phone number? How would they get a hold of you?
Yep. So we have our Facebook page is probably the easiest way to look at some of our work. That's what I keep the most updated. We do have a website, but that is not nearly as updated, nearly as much. But just Nature's Touch Taxidermy on Facebook. Just make sure you're looking at the Milton, Wisconsin one, because I think there's one in the Carolinas somewhere. But
the lesser of the two.
Yeah, so that one's not nearly as cool as us. No. So just make sure you're staying at the Wisconsin one. Make sure you go to our new location. We did just move in March, so make sure you're going to the Milton location, not the Janesville one.
And what's the address?
1108A Gateway Drive.
And your phone number?
In Milton, 608-754-9401. If you need a text for some reason, I always have my cell phone on me, so you can text 608-322-6151. That'll just go directly to my cell phone, and you can text that whenever. And then I normally respond pretty quick. I can normally be in the shop for intake, especially because sometimes we are time sensitive when it comes to some animals getting them in. We want to make sure we always have freezer space for you with those. Other than that, we're always available for you. So.
Well, thank you so much for being on the show,
Yeah,
Nature's Touch Taxidermy, and thank you so much for watching our show today. Hope you guys have a great week. Get out there, get that trophy of a lifetime, give them a call. Thank you again for listening, and God bless.
Sporting Dog Adventures, run, boy, run. Everything you need is here under the sun.